So lately I've had a few conversations that have been rather disappointing.
Oh, I feel so bad for the person having the conversation with you.
With people being afraid of, not understanding, and getting nervous when I drop the F word.
I mean, I'm a furry?
Feminism.
I'm a furry!
Hello everyone, this is Champion. Ugh! Damn it, I can't see a thing in this.
I'm often met with girls going, ugh, I am not a feminist. Ugh, I hate feminists. And a personal favorite, feminists are crazy, I love guys.
Oh, I wonder why. It couldn't possibly be because of that craziness and man-hating. Am I right? Am I right?
People, I need you to listen because this is important.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, I'm listening. I'm all eyes and ears. I'm just like, yeah, just whatever.
Feminists don't hate men.
Yeah, keep deluding yourself.
Okay, well, some feminists hate men, but some non-feminists hate men as well.
Okay, so either feminists do hate men, or they don't hate men. Can you guys make your minds up? But hey, according to Valenti, it's okay. Feminists don't hate women, but it wouldn't matter if you did anyway, hey? And please point me to these anti-feminists or non-feminists who hate men, because I've met none like that.
It's not about hating or loving men.
So you don't hate us, you don't love us, you just don't give a fuck about us. Is that what you're trying to say then?
And by the way, the definition of hating men is misandry, and that is just horrible.
No, that's a word for hating men, you idiot. Besides, nobody says that's the definition of feminism. That's not at all what anybody said. That is a straw man, but I know what's coming up next. The dictionary.
The definition of feminism is simple. The advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economical equality to men. So what does that mean exactly?
It's bullshit. That's what it means. And did I not say she was gonna quote the dictionary, people? Hey? Hey?
Simply put, men and women are equal.
Tell me something I don't know, girl.
Having a penis doesn't mean that you should be treated with any more respect than with someone who doesn't.
We're treated with less respect. We have to earn our respect amongst our peers. We were taught to do that since we were kids. Because, as we know, young boys' cries are always tended to less than a baby girl's cries. We know that the government, the law, and the family courts do not give a flying fuck about respecting men. They respect men less than they do women. So please, don't go giving me the respect bullshit.
It blows my mind every time I think about the fact that less than 100 years ago, women couldn't vote.
It blows my mind how you have 700,000 subscribers. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, people. I've got 650 plus, she's got 700,000, and she's creating this kind of content? Seriously? Now look, to answer her point, that was in the past, and besides, as Undoom says, and by the way I'm ripping him off for this video, I'm using the same source video as he did, barely 50 years before, and hell, in Britain during World War I up until 1918, even poor men couldn't vote. So it wasn't as simple as that. If you were rich, you could vote. If you were poor, you could not. It was called the property franchise. But of course, these people don't know anything about history. So to them, it's all like this bullshit that the feminists have been saying for God knows how long. It's all bullshit, people. I
can't imagine living in a world where I'm told that my opinion doesn't matter and that I'm not allowed to have a say in how my government is run, but all the other men in my life do.
That was in the past, and you do not live in that paradigm. You live in a new socially equal paradigm. That's what you live in. And besides, as I recently mentioned only a couple of minutes before, even men couldn't vote. Poor men. Hell, rich men and women could vote. But we couldn't, because we were plebs.
I will say, however, I know what it's like to be a woman in a room full of men and have your opinion not be heard, be belittled, or just not matter at all because you're a woman.
I doubt it was because you're a woman. Is it because you're an idiot, maybe? I don't know. Or you weren't loud enough? You didn't assert yourself into the conversation? Or you refused to participate in the conversation and you have now decided to twist that into a political opinion? I don't know. Sounds fishy.
It's hurtful, frustrating, and downright embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. Being an idiot, it's really embarrassing, isn't it?
I've personally never had to deal with not getting paid the same amount as a guy for doing the exact same job, but so many women have to deal with that on a daily basis, and that, I can't imagine why that is still happening today. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's wrong.
No, women are paid the same. They earn different amounts because they work less than men. Or they take more holidays than men, which technically is working less. That is it. Also, they take different career paths. Men go to STEM fields, on average, while women tend to go into social work and stuff. And therefore, they make less money, because they're in different jobs that pay different rates. It's not rocket science, and this myth should die. Kind of like this video should die.
Girls, you deserve to get paid exactly the same as guys do, be just as respected as they are, and receive just as much consideration as they do.
Girls, you get all of that and more. I mean, hell, in Denmark, you get paid more than men do. Isn't that amazing? Oh wait, I'm not supposed to clap.
Don't let anyone tell you different, and don't let anyone make you feel like you deserve less.
Don't listen to reality or to people who have different opinions. Just listen to us feminists, because we know what's best for you. And your feels are always more important than the reals.
Don't let a man or a woman make you feel dumb, small, incapable, or over-sexualized.
No, I think humans do a pretty good job of making themselves feel dumb. I don't think anyone else can make you feel stupid unless you said something incredibly stupid. Oh, and by the way, people, keep an eye out on when she says over-sexualized. It gets golden later.
Just for being a girl.
Yeah, you're all just little girls, you're not women.
And guys out there watching this, it's so important for you to understand feminism as well.
Oh, we do understand it. That's just why hardly any of us are part of your movement. Because we know that you all hate us, you want to destroy us in some cases, and you generally are a hateful supremacist movement. So why would any self-respecting man want to be a part of such a movement? I don't know why.
It's important for you to stick up for your female friends out there and be a huge supporter of women in general.
No, I don't have to support them if they're being idiots. Like you. I don't support anything that you do at all. So, I'll pass on that. Besides, aren't you all supposed to be strong, independent women that don't need no man?
We need your help in this, almost more so than the women, to convince the other men that this is a huge problem that needs to be fixed.
And this is what I call the opening the jar theory, where a feminist has to tell that all men need to help them because it's just not enough for these strong, independent women that don't need no man to fight sexism on their own. They can't destroy the patriarchy. They need men to go and brainwash other men in order to fight the mythical patriarchy, because they just can't open the jar on their own with their little weak hands.
Not only is it the right thing to do, it's super hot. So when I see a guy that's sticking up for feminism and is a very self-proclaimed feminist, I'm like, wow, that is so hot. Marry me right now.
Like, oh my gosh, don't sexualize me unless it's me who's doing the sexualizing. You see what I mean, people? I told you it would be golden. You see, girls, don't allow yourselves to be sexualized unless it's for the cause, unless it's for the sisterhood. What she's basically said is, it's okay for feminists to sexualize women at their heart's content, but when men do it, or anti-feminist women do it, that's misogynist. You just gotta keep on pimping the girls for the cause. Yeehaw! You go, girl. You go. Girl power. If we can't smash the patriarchy, we'll fuck the patriarchy.
I get so bothered when people say sexism doesn't exist anymore, or, you know, feminism is like, doesn't need to be a thing because it's just like not an issue anymore. But no, it's actually an issue. It's definitely a problem. People have a really huge aversion to it.
See, they have a point. Most of women's rights, in fact all of women's rights, has pretty much been fought for. There's nothing feminists can fight for now. That's why you have to fight manspreading, mansplaining, and all this bullshit, and also incorporate other movements that has nothing to do with your movement, because you have nothing to fight for, and you want to keep on to that power that is slowly slipping. Meanwhile, you are correct. Sexism definitely does exist. I've never heard anyone say that sexism doesn't exist. It definitely is happening to men, because, you know, things are happening in the family courts, domestic violence, homelessness. All these things are directly affected by sexism. And who is helping keeping these things problems? Feminists. But of course, men don't have problems. Men can't be victims of sexism. Only they can be victims, but it's not kind of like victims, according to Full Macintosh. So, whatever, what do I know?
Don't want to hear about it, don't want to talk about it, don't want to admit that it's a problem. And a lot of times women, they don't want to cause a problem by like talking about it, because guys often have a negative connotation towards the word, so girls have a negative connotation towards the word, so they're like, oh, you know, I'm not a feminist, I don't want to be a problem. Like,
yes, because it's a vile, hate-filled supremacist movement. That's why people have a problem with it.
I don't want to be like a strong woman that guys don't like, which is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous straw man that no woman has ever said in the history of ever.
We need to open our eyes, educate ourselves and each other.
Brilliant, yet more cliches. We have to educate ourselves, despite the fact that we have seen and read everything we could possibly read that suggests to us that no, this movement is simply not for us. We have to educate ourselves, because somehow, despite watching these videos and doing all these other things, we still don't know feminism properly. That's why we're not feminists. We have to deep further and further into the propaganda and believe it, just believe it. Not look at it from a rational perspective. That's what you mean by educate yourself. That's what you mean. And it's complete bullshit.
And join together to make the F word not a bad word anymore.
Stop calling it the F word. It's not I'm a furry, for fuck's sake. Please, stop it. Stop it. It's not funny anymore. It's never ever been funny. Feminists are crap at comedy for a reason.
So let's stop being afraid of the F word feminism and be proud of it.
I'm sorry, but there's literally nothing to be proud of at all in regards to that word. Never has been. Never will be.
Don't let anyone tell you that feminism is a bad thing.
It's certainly a bad thing for that man who can't get help because his wife nearly killed him, but, well, that's just his fault, because he must have done something wrong, right? Right? Was it because he was a man?
Something that you should be afraid of or not wanting to talk about. They are, let's hear it, wrong.
No, they're not. They're right, actually. You're the one who's wrong, but of course, feminists, when have they ever said that they were wrong, or think that they're wrong? Never. Ever, ever, ever.
Alright, well that is it for today's video. I hope you guys loved it. Give it a thumbs up if you're a feminist, and let me know in the comments down below some ways you can think of to help other people understand that feminism is not a bad thing.
More propaganda and lies. More propaganda and lies. More propaganda and lies.